Hi, everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm David, and today we're talking about something that many of us struggle with, social anxiety. Whether it's avoiding a conversation, feeling nervous about a party, or stressing over a simple question you have to ask someone, social anxiety can be paralyzing. But the good news is, you're not alone, and there are things you can do to manage it. Today, we'll dive into what social anxiety is, its symptoms, and most importantly, how to cope with it. So, if you've ever felt like social situations are overwhelming, stick around. I've got some tips that can help you feel more at ease. What is social anxiety? Social anxiety, also known as social phobia, is more than just feeling nervous in social situations. It's an intense fear of being judged or criticized by others in social settings. It can make you feel self-conscious, scared, or embarrassed, even when there's no real reason to. People with social anxiety often avoid situations where they might be the center of attention or where they could be judged. This includes things like public speaking, attending parties, or even talking to strangers. It can happen at school, at work, or in almost any setting where interactions with others are expected. Common symptoms of social anxiety. Let's talk about the common symptoms of social anxiety. If you've experienced any of these, you might relate to what I'm about to describe. First, physical symptoms. You might experience things like rapid heartbeat, sweating, trembling, or a dry mouth. These physical reactions can be really overwhelming in social situations. Then, there are emotional symptoms, the constant worry that people are judging you, fear of saying something wrong, or an overwhelming urge to avoid social gatherings entirely. If you're feeling this way, remember that these are normal reactions to social anxiety. It's okay to feel this way, and it's something many of us go through. What causes social anxiety? Now, you might be wondering, why do some people develop social anxiety while others don't? While there's no single cause, it's usually a combination of factors. Genetics, for example, if you have a family member who struggles with anxiety, you may be more likely to develop it yourself. Life experiences play a big role too. If you've had negative or embarrassing social experiences in the past, it could increase your chances of developing anxiety. For instance, if you were bullied or criticized during childhood, it might have a lasting impact on your confidence in social situations. Finally, personality traits can affect how you experience social anxiety. People who tend to be more introverted or self-conscious may be more prone to feeling anxious in social settings. How to manage social anxiety? Okay, so now that we've talked about what social anxiety is and what causes it, let's dive into some practical strategies to help you manage it. These strategies don't work overnight, but with practice, you'll start to notice a difference. 1. Challenge negative thoughts. Social anxiety often comes from distorted thinking that everyone is judging you or that something embarrassing will happen. The next time you catch yourself having these thoughts, try to challenge them. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often, the answer is much less scary than you think. 2. Gradual exposure. The more you avoid social situations, the worse your anxiety can get. Start small. If you're nervous about meeting people, try talking to a cashier or saying hi to a neighbor. Gradually, you can work your way up to bigger challenges, like attending a social event. 3. Practice relaxation techniques. Mindfulness, meditation, and deep breathing exercises are proven to calm your nervous system. If you're about to go into a social situation that makes you anxious, try some breathing exercises to center yourself. 4. Focus on others, not yourself. This might sound strange, but try to shift your focus away from how you're coming across and onto the people around you. Ask questions, listen actively, and engage in the conversation instead of worrying about how you appear. Dealing with social anxiety in everyday life. Managing social anxiety doesn't mean it will disappear completely, but it's about finding ways to cope with it in your everyday life. For example, at work or school, instead of avoiding the situation altogether, try to find ways to ease your discomfort. Maybe you can write down a few things you want to say before a meeting, or plan some small talk with a colleague beforehand. It's all about preparing and practicing. At social events, take breaks when needed. Don't be afraid to step outside for a few minutes if you need to recharge. Remember, it's okay to set boundaries and take care of yourself. Lastly, don't forget the importance of self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you feel anxious, but practice kindness toward yourself. You're doing your best, and that's enough. Conclusion: social anxiety can feel isolating, but it's important to remember that you're not alone. Millions of people struggle with it, and there's absolutely no shame in seeking help or working on improving your social skills. It's okay to take small steps, and it's okay to take your time. Managing social anxiety is a journey, and you're already taking the first step by being here and learning about it. If you ever need to talk or if you want to hear more tips, don't hesitate to reach out in the comments. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. You've got this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.